Hello and welcome to Still Got Legs, a Doctor Who Rewatch podcast brought to you by Another Happy Studios. We're about to pick up where we left off with the Doctor and friends in peril. Will they get out safely? This is the Doctor Dances. Hello Lawrence, welcome to this silly little Doctor Who show.
Thank you, Nathan. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for welcoming me in like a guest as well. I'm happy to be here. Oh, no.
You are a guest. Yeah.
It's not a permanent placement then, though?
No, absolutely not. You kind of will be replaced at any moment.
Fair enough. Who would you replace me with out of interest?
Peter Capaldi.
I mean, you'd be a better get for the show. I wouldn't blame you if you did.
Yeah. I think it'd be quite fun.
Nathan, we are here to discuss the second part of this empty child saga.
What are you doing?
I don't know. I was trying to think of a more interesting way to say it's a two-parter episode, and we're doing the second part.
All right.
I never know how to bring in with these because we've already spoken about like the concept and where we are and all of this stuff.
Do you have your Martha with you?
I have my Martha with me. She is here. She is wearing what she always wears, as she is not one of those fancy action figures that you can snap on and off clothes like a Polly Pocket. But there has...
I don't think a Polly Pocket is a fancy action figure.
No, but you have the added accessibility, don't you? Whereas this Martha doesn't have that. But then does Martha have any other signature outfits to change to?
Not signature, no.
No.
Like, whenever anyone thinks of Martha, the main sort of idea that's projected is the red leather jacket look. That's her...
Yeah.
That's her iconic look.
Was she wearing that leather jacket in 42 when everyone was sweating up a storm?
No, she was wearing a tank top.
Oh, I'll take the... Hang on a minute. No, I don't want to say that. I'll take a Martha action figure with a tank top on, please. She sounded like a real pervert. Nathan, I hear there's been developments.
No, I'm not going to say that, and then just proceeds to say it.
No, I'm saying if I did say it, I would have sounded like this.
No,
but I didn't say it, Nathan. I thought about it, and then I didn't say it. But then I wanted to tell everyone what I would have said.
By saying it.
No, because I didn't say it. I was telling people what I would have said.
But you... Never mind.
Nathan, I hear you're joined by three young men.
They're not young men. They're all 900 years old, around about.
Go on then.
But yeah, I picked up myself. I was jealous of your little Martha that you have joining you every week on the podcast.
Yeah.
So I picked up myself a little 3-pack of 10th Doctor action figures. So I have a standard David Tennant in his classic blue suit, the best look. Then we have a version of him again in the blue suit with the brown overcoat.
Yeah.
And then we have somewhere. Oh, there he is. A version of him in the raggedy, disgusting, ugly brown suit. But it's no jacket, and it's all kind of like it's basically Matt Smith's outfit in the opening of the 11th hour or whatever it is. But it's David Tennant, so there we go.
I like that they gave you that option that just never appears in the show, but they were like,
yeah,
he may want to that makes the blue suit argument look worse as well, because that's Matt Smith's 11th hour outfit for the longest time is raggedy and destroyed, but the blue suit itself, when it's in pristine condition, it's never looked better than the ending few shots of the Christmas invasion. Banger costume, and everyone agrees with me.
What was your point there? The brown suit is ragged and looks gross, therefore it's better than the blue suit?
No, I'm saying on your action figure it's ragged because it's been through falling through a glass window and everything.
Yes.
So it doesn't do justice to the beautifulness that is the blue suit.
The blue suit?
Yeah. No, fuck no! The brown suit. No, shit!
You said it.
No!
We all heard it.
No,
you
fuck.
said it.
I didn't mean it. Nathan, where are we? What are we picking up from? What's going on?
So the Doctor and co, as I said, were getting surrounded by the what are they? The
zombies.
They're not zombies though, are they?
They're the gas mask zombies.
They're the gas mask. I don't know. Things. The gas mask. They were surrounded by the gas mask people. They were all looking for their mummy, and they were ready to turn Rose Jack and Docky into one of them, basically. And it was a frightening cliffhanger. How would our heroes get out of this? How would they get out of this one? How do they get out of it, Lawrence?
By delivering the wildest fucking gambit play that has ever been played, with seemingly no logic that it would work.
That's Doctor Who down to a fucking T, though.
Yeah, we wrote ourselves into a corner, then we made up something that either the sonic screwdriver can do, or the Doctor suddenly has more information than he did a minute ago.
Yeah.
No, I like it. So the Doctor shouts, "Go to your room," and it's very. He does it a few times. It's very, very, very serious. And they listen, and I do like that they kind of acknowledge how stupid it is by Christopher Eccleston being like, that would have been terrible. The last thing to say, that would have been awful last words.
That was very fun little note from Chris there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did enjoy that. A lot of Doctor Who cliffhangers for 2-part episodes, especially in the RTD1 era, they're very samey. They are almost always the exact same. And then the resolution is almost always the exact same as well.
Yeah.
It's something we'll notice a lot. I'm not going to get into specifically what they are now, but as we go through this journey, it will come up again and again and again.
Okay.
So yeah, get excited, I guess.
I am excited. Well, we've already had a few cliffhangers. Well, no, we had the Slovene cliffhanger there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is this isn't our second 2-parter, is it?
It is, yeah.
Oh, bloody hell. Look at us. I didn't realise this when I was younger. I obviously did at some point, but I didn't retain the information until I was older. The gas masks are flesh and bone. They introduce them as not, like, they're like, what does that mean? They're like made out of human skin type thing?
They're not flesh and bone. It says in the last episode, it's just fused to the skin.
Gross.
Yeah,
that is fucking grim. I like that they introduced quite early on in this, because the thing I wasn't too keen about last episode is we didn't get a lot of answers. We got a lot of setup. And I like taking time with it, but in this I really appreciate they get straight in and they're like, oh, it's something biological, something's going on, and I'm like, okay, I've got something to lean on here. Because I don't know about you, but I forgot this resolution. I forgot how this episode ended completely.
Really?
I knew that it was an upbeat ending. That's the only thing I remembered.
Oh, no, I was fully aware.
Oh, okay. Yes. I know, but I just like they make it a biology thing straight away. It's not like there's something alien going on. There is a little bit, but it's deeper than that, and I think the resolution kind of pays off. But anyway,
okay.
I don't want to jump the gun. Jack likes to go to Pompeii. Does this have any implications for an episode we may not have seen?
Yeah. Are you saying, like, why didn't we see him in the Pfizer Pompeii episode?
Not why didn't we see him, because he does explain it. But I like to imagine a scenario where Jack's vortex manipulator fucks up or something, and he's just there, and he's like, who are these people? They look... I feel like I know them from somewhere, and it's just the Doctor and Donna running around.
Why? You wouldn't know them, though, would he? Not if that's before this point in his timeline.
That's true.
Yeah.
Does he go on conning again after this?
No.
Is he just back to Earth and Torchwood and stuff?
Well, he hasn't started Torchwood yet.
No, but like, does he ever fall back into his con man ways? I can't remember if he does any bad shit after this.
Because now he's with the Doctor and Rose.
Yeah.
And then he dies, and then he goes to Earth and sets up Torchwood.
That's true. Can I get your... We have our opinion on Ex Machina machines in Doctor Who, of which there are loads, but most notably the sonic screwdriver.
Yeah.
Where do you land on the squareness gun?
The squareness gun is exactly a continuation of the point you were making last week, where Jack is what Doctor Who, the American reboot, would have been.
Yeah.
Like, he is the Doctor, but cheesy American. You know, he's young, he's handsome, he's sexy, he's got a big sexy alien spaceship rather than a British blue box. He's got a gun instead of a screwdriver. He's the American antithesis of the Doctor. So yeah.
It's the bigger, louder, dumber concept, isn't it?
Bigger, louder, dumber, cheesier smile. So I think it's just a continuation of that trope, really, which I enjoy. Squareness gun is it's dumb, it's stupid, it makes no sense, and it seems like a very impractical device. To be honest,
it seems like calling it a squareness gun is an oversimplification as well, considering it like has millions of settings. He's like downloaded a DLC for it with new features or something, he says. He's got on it like a cannon, a disruptor. What does any of that mean? Are all of those just words?
Basically, yeah. They're just funny, not sci-fi sounding words, but just, I don't know, combat. We're ready to go. We're ready to fight these innocent gas mask wearing victims.
Yeah. I feel like whenever they introduce some sort of new sonic system, it applies a limitation to what the sonic screwdriver can do. Because I believe if the Doctor turned around and his sonic shot a hole in a wall, I'd believe it. In fact, I'm fairly certain at one point it does in Doomsday.
Which one's Doomsday? Is that the
one,
Rose's last one?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it's when the Doctor's around the cult of Skaro and he's like, if I fine tune this frequency, and then the doors fucking blow in. Either that or Jake shoots him.
No, yeah, he doesn't. He says what it is. He's just basically saying it's a screwdriver. Doesn't do fuck all. Doesn't do anything. Doesn't kill. Doesn't. What it does do is open doors, and then he sonics, and then boom. But that could just be he's just triggering an explosive device. That's already planted on the door.
That's true. Yeah, fair. Well, we don't know enough to comment, but we certainly will learn.
In Peter Capaldi's penultimate episode, he's just running through a field of Cybermen, just pointing the screwdriver at them, and then they explode one by one. So
seems like that could have been a useful setting a few times.
So, look, it changes, okay?
Jackie's like, I don't want to become a Cyberman. The Doctor's like, there's nothing I can do about it. You're going to have to run up like 8 flights of stairs to get away from him.
Yeah.
Turns out, just give her the Sonic. She'd been fine.
Maybe there's an explanation for it though. Who knows?
Listen, we're gonna touch back in with Nancy. Nancy delivers quite possibly the harshest dress down of a man I've ever seen. You know, like the Ben Shapiro owned compilations.
I don't watch those like you do all the time.
It's true, I'm watching them all the time.
Yeah, so I'm not as familiar with them, but I think I get the general gist of what you're trying to say.
Well, there's a big angry like Queen and Country gammon fella.
Yes.
Who's like, you've had all the food off my plate.
Whose wife? The wife is I don't know her name, but she was in EastEnders. And she's, you showed me this clip before, and I haven't been able to stop laughing since.
Did I? I don't recall anything.
Yeah, she comes into the pub. Oh. She's like, "Oh, I'm starving. You got any crisps?" And Phil goes, "Shut up, you fat cow!
What are you doing, you stupid fat cow?" And then the one I showed you, is it the one where Lethal Bizzle then comes in and as he punches a kid and goes, "Pow!"
Maybe, I don't remember that. But
wait, is that Heather then?
Yeah, is it Heather? Was that a name?
Heather's her name in whatever soap opera she's in.
EastEnders.
Yeah. Heather's her name in that.
I'm pretty sure that's her. Yeah, the same woman.
So that's our. Is that our second? I mean, surely there's been more, but is that our second notable character crossover with a soap opera?
Oh, there's certainly more. Clara was in Emmerdale, so like.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
There's so many more that we'll come across. But for now I guess that's. I should put my phone aside. The second one.
Yeah, fair play.
Although there's probably almost certainly already been more as well that we don't know about because we don't watch the soaps. So.
That's true. Where do we land on this debate, Nathan? This big angry Queen and Country gammon.
Yes.
He's getting irate at Nancy for stealing his food.
Yes.
Are we cross because he's rude to Nancy? Or are we on his side because he's doing what he's doing on the side with the butcher? Are we an ally in this scenario or not?
We don't need to...
There's the tightrope, Nathan. Now walk it.
Great. Okay.
Where do you land on this?
Thank you to a straight man for putting me in this position. Okay. Look, no, we're on Nancy's side. Like, like nothing changes. All right.
Well, that's fine.
Just because he's sleeping with a butcher.
Is that your final answer, Nathan?
Yeah, it is. I'll say it.
So you're not afraid.
No,
you tell him how it is. Speaking of prejudice, the Doctor, when he's stressed, likes to insult species, according to Rose.
He does, yeah. It makes sense. We've seen him do it throughout the season. Like, whenever anything goes wrong for him or just doesn't go the way he figured out, or he gets a little bit cross, he's like, "Oh, you stupid apes!" And he's always not a happy bunny. He just likes to get a little bit racist whenever things don't go his way, really.
Which is funny, because then the one time like Rose does it and makes like a judgment on an alien looking creepy, the Doctor's like, "That's fucking very bigoted of you, Rose."
Well, it is.
Yeah. Do as, what's that expression? Do as I do, or something. Do as, I don't know.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah, Doctor's a hypocrite. That's the point I'm making here.
Everyone in the show's a hypocrite.
It's true. Where are we at? What happens? What happens after Nancy dresses down the butcher? No, the man who's having sex with the butcher.
She gets her tools and everything, and then here's what happens. There's a scene where the Doctor, Rose, and Jack they find this little room where young Jamie was being held and experimented on, and is where he was in the hospital and stuff. It's his room basically, and then there's a great moment, and we talked last week about the horror of these two episodes and how it's just played so well. It's not so much Blink-esque in its jump scares and that sort of thing. It's more psychological and chilling, really, and just a little bit haunting in its way. And there's just a great moment where there's a tape recorder that's playing. You're just hearing sounds of the child just constantly asking, "Are you my mummy? I'm here." All that shit he says. And then there's a moment when the tape recorder stops, but the Jamie's still going. He's still hearing Jamie. And then later turns out that he's in the room with them, and it's just it's a bone-chilling moment. Because when they draw attention to it, like the tape recorder stopped, you're like, "Oh shit!" I'm
a big fucking sucker for that like horror cliche as well, like the big and can you see where you are? Yeah. Then why are we floating, or something like that? Do you know what I mean? Like those reveals.
What?
No, but like the reveals of like you think you know the scenario that's happening, and you're like, so the person questions, and then they're like, "Yeah, I know what's going on." And they're like, "Then why is this happening?"
But why are they floating?
I don't know. It was
what scenario is that?
Another scenario.
What scenario?
I don't know. Just a scenario where they're floating, and that's the scary thing. I don't fucking know.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying I like that kind of trope, and paired with the like the spookiness. He gets a few more lines in this one. Jamie does. He's
I'm here, mummy.
Yeah,
there's
a few more situational ones. Like when like you've ever had like a toy Woody and you pull his back.
Yeah.
He's now got a few more phrases that he can say, which is good. But no, spooky as shit.
Spooky as shit.
I like that he waits there to be creepy as well.
Yeah. So spooky that they do it twice.
They do it twice. Yeah.
They do it twice. They do it again later, probably about like 15 minutes later or so with the typewriter.
Yeah.
But hey, still effective. It still works.
It's effective. It's less creepy because the typewriter's just going off itself.
Yeah, but even so, like obviously now I've seen this episode a few times, so I know like what's happening. But like I remember the first time I was watching this, like I was like, yeah, this all makes sense. Like there's no reason why that typewriter noise should not be going off, even though I can clearly see the kid and he's not typing.
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, this is fine. And then I was like, oh no!
It's the full sense of security of it all, isn't it? Like
yeah, exactly.
You get used to noises being heard in a scene, and then when they suddenly stop, it's why so many people found. If you saw A Quiet Place in the cinema, it's why so many people were like, "Oh, it's so much creepier than it actually really is." It's just because you're not used to being in a cinema and hearing that much silence.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, very, very cool stuff. Is really, really interesting. But anyway, so the Doctor, Rose and Jack are having to run away because all of the gas mask people have woken up.
Yes.
Well, they've got out of their rooms again. Instead of telling them to go to their rooms again, as that clearly seemed to work last time.
It only worked once.
Well, it worked once, but I think it would work again. If it worked for all of them, the law of averages, that's got to be in your favour to at least give it a go. I'd have tried it again. Oh, you want something new, do you? What would you have done in the scenario?
I would have taken a gun from the 51st century and pointed it at the floor. That's what I would have done.
Yeah, I would have done that too. But before that does happen, there's a bit of a dick measuring contest, which the American versus the British, it comes together in quite a fun way, where the Doctor likes to feel slightly emasculated by he's only got a little screwdriver.
Yeah, what I noticed when I was watching that little moment play out, what I noticed is that Stephen Moffat wrote the exact same scene twice. He wrote that exact same scene a couple of years later, playing out with Matt Smith and River Song. And I think it works better that time. But it was still a bit of fun.
Give me the lowdown on that scene. What happened again?
What scene?
The River Song and Matt Smith one.
Oh, they're just like back to back, and he's like, and they're like, and River's like, I've got a gun, I'm gonna shoot everyone, and he's like, yeah, me too, I've got this.
Oh, just basically just someone ripping on the screwdriver again.
Yeah, she tells him to go put up some cabinets.
Oh yes, no, I do remember that. But I don't think it matches what we've seen the capability of the sonic screwdriver. Like, I'm not making fun of one of them if it's in my pocket. Like, it can do everything so far.
Yeah, but it can, but it's not the most useful tool for that exact situation. Yeah. Like in the scene with River and the Doctor, River is literally like shooting all like the silence and who are actually attacking them, and Matt Smith is just waving his sonic around, and she's like, "What are you doing?"
He should have put his Explode Cyberman setting on.
He should have, yeah,
and it would have worked.
Yeah.
No, but so what? There's all. If it seems like we're jumping back and forth, it's because this episode is basically just two storylines. We do a scene for scene swap out, really, don't we? So what's Nancy up to at this point? Nancy's gone to... What's she doing? She's got her tools. Where's she off to?
The train yard or whatever.
Like a railway station type thing, isn't it? But it's where whatever Jack, the ambulance thing that Jack was trying to get people to buy as part of his con. It's where that landed.
I think before that though, there's a moment where Jack, Rose, and the Doctor are like, they're kind of like stranded, locked in this room where all the gas mask children or whatever, they're like outside, they're banging on the wall, they're trapped in this room, nowhere else to go really. And then they turn around and Jack's suddenly gone. He's teleported back to his ship.
Shit, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. And then we get a moment, this episode is called The Doctor Dances, and then we get a moment with Rose and the Doctor talking about dancing, because they alluded to Jack and Rose were having a little dance earlier, and now they're talking about how the Doctor, he doesn't necessarily dance, it's not his thing. It's not subtle, is it, what dancing is?
No.
When I was a kid, I had no idea. Like, I was like, yeah, they're all dancing, this is fine. It's sex.
Yeah.
Dancing is very clearly sex.
This episode should be called The Doctor Fucks.
That's the exact fucking note I wrote, and I'm so mad you said it first.
You teed me up for it, I'm sorry.
You stupid cunt.
Nathan, family-friendly show.
I don't care. It's staying in.
So I say that after I just loudly went, The Doctor Fucks, into my microphone.
Exactly.
The Doctor Fucks.
No, that one's getting cut.
Oh, come on.
Anyway. So this episode should be called The Doctor Fucks. I just cut out everything you said.
Oh, good. I definitely didn't make the joke.
Yeah.
Do the applause sound effect. Get your recognition.
You won't hear it.
Okay. Well done. Well done, Nathan. Bask in that applause.
Thank you.
But yeah, no, it's not subtle in the slightest. But also, like, Where does this land? Because you're a believer of, a lot of people ignore the Nine and Rose romance.
Yes.
You're a big, I wouldn't say you're an advocate for it, but you think it's more prevalent than other people think, right?
I do, yeah, and I think this episode definitely leans into that. I think the moments, the scene in that room where they're talking about dancing, I think that's very clearly them two flirting with each other. If dancing means what we're saying it means, they're clearly having...
Which, to be clear, is fucking...
Yes, well done, Lawrence. They're clearly, having like their whole conversation is a double entendre. And then even down to the fact that, they get teleported into Jack's ship and don't even realise it until he interrupts them just because they're so focused on one another. I think this definitely leans into all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. I still don't... I can see what the show's doing.
Why are you not buying it? Is it the age difference?
I don't know if it is. I just...
Because if you're upset with this age difference, boy, we got some stuff coming.
Oh, I know we do. No, I'm more like... It's not that I don't buy into it. It's more...
Is it because it's not young and sexy David Tennant who's just like, oh, I'm so handsome?
No, but I view that more as like... they know each other better. Naturally, because she's known the Doctor for longer. For this, I don't... Because the entire season shows me that Rose is not... Like, and we've spoken about this with her loyalty to Mickey and stuff. She's not emotionally all that mature to like handle relationship and the feelings of like attraction and love and intimacy and all of this. So I just feel like, I don't know, the whole thing to me reads, the Doctor is lonely and this is the first person he's connected to in quite a long time, especially after like the personal tragedy that he's endured. And also,
I think that's also true.
Yeah, but then the reason I guess I maybe don't believe it so much on Rose's side is I think it's more infatuation with who this man is and what this man can do, rather than... Because she talks the big game of, oh, you think you're so impressive, you're not. She's absolutely fucking... Who wouldn't be impressed by all of this? And I read it less as love and I view it more as admiration that Rose doesn't know what to do with. I don't know. Does that... Maybe that's more of a cynical read on it. I don't know.
I don't know. I think there's definitely... Maybe not love, because love's a very strong word, but at least a mutual attraction. There's the start. I'm not saying they're full on like I love you to each other, but there is definitely seeds are being planted. Right?
Yeah. No, absolutely. Always we talk about 10 and 9 as well like they're separate people when they're not. Like they are the same. Yeah. There's a change, naturally.
They are, though, aren't they? The Doctors are separate people.
Do you see it like that?
Yeah, well, then they're not like... They have different personalities and characteristics and stuff.
But do you not think, like, the memory... Do you not think maybe the reason, like, 10 did fall in love with Rose was his experiences as 9 and...
Yes, I believe so, but it's still, like... It 10 says himself, it's a fucking lottery. Like, it could have came out as, like, another dude or another woman who would have just no fucking interest in Rose whatsoever, like romantic.
That's true, yeah.
Or otherwise, so...
Is there an instance where that does happen?
I see, I would be tempted to say... when it goes between 11 to 12 with Clara, because there's definitely a mutual attraction between 11 and Clara.
Yeah.
But then I personally believe that 12 and Clara fucking full on loved each other so much more.
Do you think? What, like love or
love?
Interesting.
Yeah. And we can get into that.
Yeah. Well, we have plenty. We have all the time in the world to get round to those two. But yeah. Right. Speaking of nothing. This isn't a segue. I'm just changing the point.
Okay.
Nancy is captured
yes.
in what I would argue is one of the tensest scenes in this episode. She's captured by Captain British McBritten.
Yes.
Who is called, I believe they even call him something like Jenkins or Jensen, which is just the most, if you're writing a World War II soldier, there's going to be a Jensen or something in there.
Yeah, of course.
Because that's how it goes. But she's locked up, and the first thing one of my favorite things about last week's episode was the smash cut to the man with the scar, Dr. Constantine's scar on him, to just reveal straight away we're not out of the woods, we're in danger still.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they do that here with fucking, I don't know, Private Jensen, let's call him that, and his scar as well.
I believe he's more of wait, which one's Jensen?
I don't know if any of them are called Jensen, to reiterate, but there's.
I thought you were talking about the guy who was locking up Nancy.
Well, there's that. Officer. He's Captain Britain McBritannia. Let's call him that.
See, I thought this is all way too confusing.
They're both very British.
So there's there's Officer who Jack has sex with, and then there's this guy who's about to become a mummy.
Is that the same guy, that Officer who Jack has sex with?
Yeah, because then later Jack goes up to him and it's like, we have sex.
Oh, yeah.
And then he's like, are you my mummy? And he's like, what?
Oh, he's like, what? I'm not into this.
This is a new one.
Come here, let me smack your bum. So we have Officer who Jack has sex with.
Yeah,
that's on his badge. That's on his medals. And let's call him Private Jensen.
Okay, Private Jensen.
Right,
sure.
So Private Jensen shackled
now that
up.
the characters have been established in the scene.
Yeah, with the names that they don't have in the scene.
Yeah.
No, so Nancy's locked up, and I just love the fact that she's smart, Nancy.
Yes.
She's she's an interesting, smart character who also, she's a mother. She doesn't give a shit about any of this time bollocks.
Yes.
She's just like, I want to figure out what the fuck happened to my son, and I'm playing my cards close to my chest because I'm looking out for me. But I just love that scene and how we don't necessarily get the resolution right there and then. But she's handcuffed to a fucking desk next to a guy who's about to become a mummy zombie thing.
Not to reveal my cards, but I would like to. But I will not say too much right now because I'll be talking more about this scene in a later segment.
This scene.
So, yes.
Okay, fair enough.
So
I think you might have shown your cards a little bit.
Well, maybe not. We'll see.
It is good to know that we don't have the same one.
well, we'll see.
Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows? Anything can happen.
Yeah, no, that's fair. All right, well, I won't discuss that scene anymore. I'll leave it for you, and we can always wrap up any points that we didn't make a bit later. Let's talk more. This has been a Sonic heavy episode, but I would like.
Has it? I don't think it has.
Okay, well then you're about to change your mind.
All right.
Because I would like to ask if you're familiar with the Sonic Screwdriver setting 2420/88.
I believe, Lawrence, that is the exact setting which either cuts or reattaches wires.
Well,
one of the two.
You'd be right, Nathan. It reattaches them doing it.
There we go. See?
The most blatant fucking gambit use I've ever seen so far.
What do you mean?
It fucking... And they show it. They show it happening, and it's just... We digitally removed a bit of the barbed wire, and then it slowly just slides back together. It's terrible.
The primary use of the Sonic Screwdriver is to open and close doors.
It's not a door!
No, well...
It's the concept of a door.
It's the same basic principle. Okay? It's sticking to its main programming, I feel. That's not the most egregious use of the screwdriver.
Well, all right. I will concede my point if you will concede this bit of headcanon. If we are to call this quote unquote opening or closing a door,
yeah,
then I will only believe it if the prior 2420/87 settings are more efficient ways of opening a door or closing a door.
I never said its only use. I said its primary use.
Also, what is that number? It's not a number.
It's just, look, I could easily segue into Nathan nitpicks a thing here and be like, oh, this number, like, there's 2,000 settings for the Sonic, what do they do here? But, I don't care. Yeah, sure, I'll believe that the Sonic has that many settings, because Why not?
I just don't understand the concept of where 20 comes before 88 in a number. It just doesn't make any fucking sense.
Wait, what's the number?
Listen to the number, right?
Yeah.
2,420.88.
Maybe it's like 2,420, setting 1, setting 2, setting 3, all the way up to 88 and possibly beyond. Like, this is the 88th version of setting 2,420 or whatever the fuck it is.
Maybe. Because I'm not good at maths, so I'm now writing it out in my head, and I'm thinking, is that a number? 2,400.
I think it's 2,400. Are you sure that's what he says, first of all?
Yeah, I played that sequence about fucking 8 times, because he says it quickly as well.
Alright, so if that's what he says, then what is it? 2,420.88.
Yeah.
2,420.88. So the way I see it is it's 2,420 dot or dash or colon or whatever you want.
Yeah.
88.
Okay. Yeah. So that's the 88th variation of setting 2,420.
Yes.
Fucking
which means that like all those 2,000, there could be like 100 different versions of those, which just multiplies it exponentially.
Fuck me.
But yeah.
This probably right.
Maybe like setting 2,420 is for barbed wire. And then setting 88 is to reattach the barbed wire. And then setting 89 is to turn the barbed wire blue.
I can't name 6 things I'd do with barbed wire, let alone fucking 88 at minimum. I tell you what, this for the audience, this is not why you come here to listen to this podcast, but I tell you what, you're glad you get these biting fucking... I feel like we're doing an ending explained video.
Where else are you going to get this kind of insight? Radio Scaro? Fuck off.
No, we don't know them.
No, I'm sure they're lovely.
I'm sure they're lovely too. Although I will take the time to say that What Culture, and Who Culture by extension, once put me through 2 rounds of fucking videos, got free content out of me, never responded to my emails. Go fuck yourself and die in a well.
I think they are pretty scummy.
Yeah.
Like, there's not great stuff about them.
Just get fucked. That specific guy. Maybe bleep his name, but fuck that guy.
Yeah. You just put more work for me. I think they're known to be just a bit scummy.
Yeah.
So.
Worst thing is they've got some nice presenters. Like some of their people are nice, but as a company and a culture, they just suck. They just suck hard.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm not above working for you still. If you want to give me an opportunity. Got to pay them. Got to pay that Christmas time off, Nathan.
No, me. I had paid leave.
Oh, damn you. What? So what? Right. What? Let's talk about at that sonic screwdriver moment. There's a great moment where we've seen a few times Rose interacting with the episode locals, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that when the Doctor's not around, Rose is just like, the Germans lose. You guys are sick. Like, you're fine.
Rose has no issue just divulging some secrets here and there. Rose has no problem with just alternating the course of history just a little bit.
But I feel like Nancy's the person to tell, because Nancy can't do shit all with that information. You'd get locked up, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would. Well, would you? Or would you just be ignored?
You'd probably be ignored, yeah. Or you'd be told, jolly goods, keep spreading that propaganda for us.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
By Jenkins and Jensen and everyone else. That's
and
there.
Captain who Jack has sex with or whatever his
Again,
name
that's his real name.
Yeah.
No, but I love those moments. Let's talk about
there was a we didn't really talk about it, but yeah, that was quite a nice moment, like where Nancy just cannot imagine a world that isn't just ridden with war, and there's no future in her mind. There's no future. There's no way out of this scenario they're in now, and it is nice that Rose gives her a little bit of hope and a little bit like, no, things do get better. This isn't the end of it all.
It's a bit more than hope. It's flat out the answer.
Well, yeah, but that's a nice bit of hope.
She should have put the layer on the cake and the topping on the cake and just gone, oh, and Hitler shoots himself as well. It's a bit of an L day for Hitler. No, yeah, good. I like Rose's humanity.
More Hitler talk to come in later episodes.
Oh, there is as well. The fact that isn't even a joke. There is plenty more Hitler
with his name in it.
Fucking hell. I do appreciate that it took them 6 seasons to get round to everyone's first instinct with a time machine. Oh, let's go kill Hitler.
Yeah.
You don't want that, do you? For the record.
No, I don't, Lawrence.
You're a big
because
supporter.
because what happens is I actually go back and kill his mum instead.
Ah, nice. Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Is that woman on TikTok that's like, if I was Hitler's mum or something?
Yeah. The woman her actual username is if I was Hitler's mum. Yeah. She's good friends with Captain Jack had sex.
She stitches a lot with Captain who Jack has sex with.
Whatever. We don't even know what even we said at this point. Whatever.
He's a captain though. He's decorated.
I don't know, but I get confused because Captain Jack's also a captain. So I'm like,
why don't we
Captain who Captain Jack had sex. There's too many captains.
Captain who Captain Jack had sex with.
I think we said officer who Captain Jack had sex with the first time.
Yeah, but I think he's a captain now.
There's no way of knowing. He got promoted
because of all the sex.
What a silly little show this is.
No, we're making it silly. This is.
No. I mean, this show has still got legs.
Oh, yeah. In that case, yeah.
What a silly little podcast this is. Horrendous. Lawrence, everybody lives.
Everybody. What do you make of this ending?
I love it.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. Look, Doctor Who can be dark and it can be gritty, and you can have episodes where, like, the villains win and the Doctor's left defeated and all that, blah, blah, blah. But there's just something lovely and magical about endings like this, where the Doctor literally says, just this once, everybody lives. And that is the magic which keeps me coming back to Doctor Who.
Yeah.
It's moments like that which are why I love this show so much, which is why I've stayed with it for almost 20 years at this point.
Yeah.
Because it's magical and it's beautiful and it's just nice to have
it's wholesome
moments and endings like that. Exactly.
And also, like, when you put this into a character perspective, right, what's on the cards here? And again, you can't knock some of the earlier episodes because of budget reasons and everything. There we go. There's the mention. We almost got through one episode without talking about the budget. But you can't knock season 1 for it. But a lot of them have the scale of world-ending catastrophe. Like, we talked about how Father's Day was supposedly a fucking all-round genocide.
Yeah.
But no one ever got that impression. It's just in one line. Because they can't show it. When you put this into perspective of the Doctor is jumping around, fucking, like, leaping around, beaming like a moron, right? Because just this once everyone lives. Put that into perspective of what he's lost prior to this season and how he's seen 2 species just completely eradicated from existence.
Yeah, or because, Daleks, who are Nazis, just cannot get rid of their hatred and want to go to war with everyone. And then there's 2 factions locked in a war which is seemingly unending. It's, there's parallels.
Exactly. And it's just a good read on it. And it's, I didn't remember any of this. The only thing I remembered was that everyone lives, and I remembered a lot of people that like this episode come up with the same criticism that the ending is just too optimistic, and I think the point
that is the dumbest criticism.
Yeah,
that's so. It made me feel too nice about myself.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
Yeah, I wanted to see a more gritty, realistic depiction of war in Doctor Who. To that the rebuttal would just be, "Isn't this nice?" Like. It's cool. And also
Doctor Who is nice.
Yeah. But it's there from the beginning. This fix was there from the beginning.
Yeah.
Like they sowed the seeds for a really impactful climax that made a lot of sense. I'd be more on board with it if, like, the nanobots were, like, evil or whatever, and the Doctor was like, well, I'm gonna blow them up with the sonic screwdriver, and then it was like, everyone lives, yay, and everyone cheered. Yeah. But it's more, the nanobots, there is no threat. The nanobots are just trying to do what they think is right. They're healing bots.
Yeah, exactly.
So
they're just a little bit confused.
Yeah,
at first.
and the idea that they get the biological superior parent DNA and use it to go, oh, like the Doctor even calls it like a software patch or something. He's like, they correct it. There's the implied of, oh, we fucked it. Let's quickly fix everything that we can see.
Yeah.
I really like that. I just think it's rooted in science. It adds to the science fiction aspect of the show. It makes sense. I think it's nice and it's fun. And the Doctor being chuffed, the Ninth Doctor being this chuffed, it's a rare sight.
Happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's so happy at the end, which just makes it even nicer. Like, yeah, especially when you think about, like, there's a reason why he is that happy.
Yeah.
There's a reason why, like, this is a win that he needed.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, beautiful ending, beautiful moment. But it's not over yet because, Lawrence, there's some more dancing to be done.
There is certainly the TARDIS.
Oh wait, actually, let me just go back a little bit. Look, we've shared some criticisms of Rose with the past few episodes, and how there's certain
strap in for next
traits.
week.
Yes. And you know, we do like Rose. I like Rose. She is a good character. There's certain things about her which rub me the wrong way a little bit. She seems very baffled and almost disgusted by the concept of Jack flirting with a man.
There was a bit of that, wasn't there?
There was, yeah. There was a moment where the Doctor was like, "Oh no, he's from the 51st century. Like, you know, he's different."
Don't get me wrong, Rose. That's disgusting where you're from.
Yeah.
But the 51st, it's fine in the 51st century. Plenty of time from now.
Yeah,
there is a bit.
Is Rose homophobic?
Well, she does slap the Doctor and call him gay.
Jackie slaps the Doctor.
Oh, apologies. Yeah.
Yes, and
then Rose is like, "Good, because you're gay." I'm fairly certain that's verbatim as well.
Yeah, that's exactly what she said. Yeah.
There's certainly, I mean, it's a 2005ism on the page, but it was written by a gay man.
Well, it wasn't. It was written by Stephen Moffat.
Ooh.
Who's not a gay man and who's married.
Not to a man.
No, to a woman.
No, man. That's outrageous. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I see it more as a 2005ism.
No, I do too. And I think it's more Rose is the audience perspective.
Yeah.
More than necessarily Rose.
Rose is channeling all the gammons at home.
Exactly. Rose is channeling your dad.
No, come on.
No, I didn't mean you. I mean like the audience's dad.
Leave Keith out. He's progressive.
No, I like it. Keith is an inclusive king.
Yeah.
And he is accepting.
He's gay himself.
I don't think he is.
No, he's not. He's not.
I'm pretty sure he's married to your mum.
But he would be if he could, Nathan. And isn't that what being an ally is all about? No, not really.
Yeah. Think about that one for more than 2 seconds. I don't even know where we are anymore. But yeah, no, I do think it is more just a 2005ism than anything.
Yeah.
But again, it is just one of those moments where I was like,
yeah,
interesting.
Most of this show's mileage comes out of something that is now distasteful in modern day setting, and us being like, Rose is racist. The Doctor is racist. Someone's racist or homophobic in almost every episode, at least so far. The last thing I'll say, we can get. Oh no! You wanted to bring up the dance. Let's do the dance.
Well, yeah, there's just everyone's fucking at the end, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
The TARDIS has a disco setting with its lights that I'd never seen before.
Yes. Once again, I do not like that TARDIS interior.
Fucking love that TARDIS.
Dull. It's so dull and drab, and it's. I think we found our poll for next week.
Poll. Lock it in.
We're doing polls on Twitter, everyone.
No, but genuinely, jokes aside, it's some of my highlights of this week have been a little fun. The very few of you who have had a little opinion Have some more. They're fun. They're a good time.
Join us on Twitter at Still Got Legs Pod. We do a little poll. I think we're going to do a little poll every week now.
Yeah,
because they're fun.
Wait until we run out of big hitters like screwdrivers, TARDISes, and doctors. Then we'll be fucked.
Well, yeah, we'll see how long it lasts.
Yeah.
But for the moment,
which character would you kill when all 4 options are Adam?
That's a good one.
What gun would you use to kill Adam?
We'll save those for a rainy week.
But yeah, no.
Not a fan of that TARDIS. It's too drab and dull, and it's just...
You're fucking stupid, man. Like, it's a fucking... No. What's your favourite TARDIS, then?
The 11th/12th Doctor's TARDIS, but specifically when it's used by 12, because it's decorated a little bit differently.
You're talking about only having brown. That's just a silver spaceship.
It's not, though, because again, it's decorated differently, and there's bookcases.
I like the bookcases.
There's bookcases and chalkboards and music and statues and everything as well. So
yeah,
it's quite nice. So yeah,
it's the one. This is the one. Your big rebuttal to a lot of the things I say, because all of your favourite options seemingly are what comes later, and mine are what comes either first or sooner. This is the only time I'll give credit to your nostalgia argument. It's the first TARDIS I ever saw. It's the TARDIS set I had when I was playing with it when I was younger. I love that TARDIS. It is nostalgia. I can see flaws in it, but I love it.
I can see nothing but flaws in it. I will say I did enjoy the fact that they obviously just built probably just for this shot, but they put the set of Jack's ship just around the door to the actual set of the TARDIS.
Yeah.
Like they would have built Jack's ship set just around that door, so they could actually go through into it, which was quite good. That was quite interesting.
It was nice, but Jack's martini must have been through the roof strong for him to ignore the right next to him.
Well, it's done a silent arrival every now and then.
Has it? Has it done a sneaky one?
Yeah, there's a line in a Matt Smith episode where River's flying the TARDIS, and he's like, but it's not doing the noise, and she's like, it's not supposed to do the noise, you just left the brakes on.
Oh,
and everyone was like, don't like that.
Oh really? I'd like that. That's fun.
Well, it also doesn't make sense because all the other TARDISes, whenever they've showed up, have made that noise.
Maybe everyone's shit at flying the TARDIS bar River.
Maybe, yeah.
The last thing I'll say is I'll read this verbatim because I think I wrote it quite nicely.
Oh.
To reiterate, I don't like Adam.
Yeah.
But that's not the end of it. That's not the end of it.
We don't like Adam.
But he was denied a TARDIS seat because he wanted to be a microchip inventor or something.
Yeah.
Jack is welcome aboard because his sloppy conman skills almost caused planetary genocide, and the Doctor's like, you're a good lad in the end.
But he is, though.
I know he is.
First of all, with Jack, it was an accident. Okay.
I fucked up, Doctor, I'm sorry.
It was purely an accident, and he wasn't... I was going to say he wasn't trying to do it for personal gain, but he was conning people.
He absolutely was. I don't think it stays that way, but he was.
But it's not the same, though. Like, it's... And Jack was actually helping to stop it, whereas Adam was just all 100% about himself.
Yeah.
And just being like, oh, let me fucking love microchips or whatever.
He does love microchips, it must be said.
Yeah. Yeah, it's different.
I know it's different. I just thought it was a funny comparison. The Doctor's okay with one of them. And is like, you piece of dog shit, don't ever fucking talk to me. I'll leave you on Earth with a big hole in your head, you cunt.
Well, I'd do that to Adam too. He's a cunt.
He is a cunt, yeah. Fuck Adam. Yeah.
We hate Adam.
We're gonna get merch saying fuck Adam. Yeah. Nathan, unless you've got anything else to say, I think you know what time it is.
Weirdo of the Week! Weirdo.
What a great theme song. Yes, Lawrence, it is time for everyone's favourite segment of the week. That is, of course, Weirdo of the Week, where we like to take a look at some grubby little characters that cross our screen each week on this weird, wonderful, and wacky show that is Doctor Who. We like to take a moment to focus in on some of the little weirdos that we come across. So, Lawrence, who are you taking a look at this week?
My Weirdo of the Week, very simple one. Normally you like to give a bit of context as to why they're a weirdo. I'm a massive fan. I don't necessarily think she's a weirdo. I just love this interaction in the episode, and I wanted to highlight it.
Okay, so you're so you're cheating.
No. She's still a bit of a weirdo because she brushes off something that should require more clarification.
What is it? Let's go.
So at the end, the nanobots restore everyone, all the gas mask people.
Yes.
And
Nancy is Jamie's mum.
Nancy is Jamie's mum. Yeah, I called her a mother earlier on in the episode. They know what's up.
Milf.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that. She's of age, right?
Of course she is. She's got like a 6-year-old son.
Yeah, but you want to check the actress was.
She didn't have him when she was 12.
Yeah, but how old was that actress when she filmed this?
Probably like 32.
Okay, I hope so. For your sake. My Weirdo of the Week is the woman who is not completely freaked out that she's grown her own leg back.
I was so close to picking her as well.
I just think it's a fun interaction. She comes over and she's like, I woke up here, but I was down the road 5 minutes ago. And he's like, yeah. And she's like, also, doctor, my leg's back. And he's like, crazy, innit?
Mad.
Yeah, and she's fine with that. That's the explanation.
I also like that Dr. Constantine's like, are you sure you lost your leg? Like, there is a war going on.
Yeah. I think you, maybe you misplaced it somewhere, or you might be wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, I was very close to picking her as well. So
yeah.
Yeah.
But then you gave your hand a little bit, but elaborate, please.
Did I give away my hand, or was it a red herring?
Oh fuck no! Go on.
No, it wasn't. So
oh, you did then.
My Weirdo of the Week is a character we've talked about a little bit already. It is, of course, officer who Captain Jack has sex with.
Okay. Yes.
Purely because in that scene, like I think we said his name is Private Jenkins or whatever. Private Jenkins is very clearly and very visibly like on his deathbed. Like, dude is sweating.
Yep.
Dude is like coughing up a storm. He cannot sit up straight. He's hunched over the desk, practically fucking. He looks like he is ready to pass out and just die. And Captain Officer, whoever Jacket, whatever the fucking guy's name is,
yeah,
he's like, yeah, this is fine. We can leave her locked up with this guy. He seems he's good in good enough condition. There's absolutely nothing wrong here whatsoever. And he's like, help me! Like, he is like literally just begging to be shot at that point.
His eyes are bugging out, and he's just like,
yeah.
Why don't you make us a good cup of tea afterwards, a Private Jensen or whatever?
Yeah. So that's my Weirdo of the Week. So for not recognising workplace illnesses.
Yeah, but that's because he heard Captain Jack was outside, and
That's true,
he's
yeah.
eager for a bit more.
When did he get fucking infected or whatever? Because like,
don't know.
He was like, I'm fine, but now you're my mummy.
Oh, the nanobots went airborne at one point, didn't they?
Maybe.
And Rose was like,
anyway.
What's helping me? And the doctor was like, nothing. And Rose was like, that's fine then. I'm glad we established that. No one give me any protective clothing. Don't worry about it.
Great, I missed that. Anyway, yeah, there we go. That is my Weirdo of the Week.
What a good time. What a fun event. Next week's going to be a fun one. What is it next? What's it called?
Boomtown.
The Return of Mayor Slitheen.
It's I reckon we should record next week's podcast live in Cardiff.
You're not wrong.
We'll just set up a little table in like Cardiff Bay.
What's that part of Cardiff called? It's where the secret Torchwood entrance is. It's where the rift
Cardiff
is.
Bay.
Is it called Cardiff Bay?
Yeah, it's Cardiff Bay.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah.
It's where the Millennium Centre is. It's where the water tower is. It's where it's all there. Yeah.
Nice. Conveniently, it happens where it's cheapest for BBC to film, isn't it?
I think it's like literally like down the road from their studios.
Lovely,
Yeah.
easy peasy stuff.
Yeah.
Lovely. Well, if you've enjoyed these, we are catching up in the weird world of Doctor Who every single Monday at 10 a.m. We're going to be having a whizzo time as we go through. We're almost coming to an end of season 1, so
We are.
Yeah.
We're almost there. 3 episodes left.
catch up, enjoy the last remnants of the 9th Doctor, and get excited for the 10th Doctor to show up pretty soon. Give us a follow on Twitter. We are at Still Got Legs Pod.
Join in on those polls.
Join in
Cast
on
your
them.
vote.
Yeah, let us know what you think. I am tired of being right all the time, so it's about time someone came in and he's rolling his eyes. I've got to him. It's about time. No, as I said earlier, seriously, it's a great bit of interaction. It's really fun for the people that have interacted already. Crack on.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, and share it around with your mates. It's still. I wonder when we can work this out of the outro, but it's still a relatively new podcast.
Season 2. When we get to season 2.
Okay, then it's officially Right, well, you haven't got long. Share it with your mates.
I mean, we'll still ask her. We just won't say it's relatively new.
Oh, that's fine then. Yeah, no, well, then there's not too much time limit, but the sooner the better. Chop chop. As officer who has sex with Captain Jack would say.
Right.
Nathan, people can give us a review, but I don't know how. Would you please explain it to me?
So you can go onto your podcast app of choice. You can pull up the review system. You can give us 5 stars. You can't give us 4. It won't let you, so don't even try.
Yep.
Give us 5 stars. Give us more if you can, and let us know what you thought about this silly little show, this silly little podcast. Yeah.
Epic.
There we go.
Epic. Is it Le Bacon? What's the meme?
Epic Le Bacon.
Le Bacon.
As they said in 2009. The theme song's playing by the way.
Oh, nice. Okay. Should I be quiet then?